Okay. Good morning, millionaires. Good morning, millionaires. I hope everybody's feeling incredible. This morning, it is check-in time. Time to rep your city. Let them know where you calling in from. Let them know what kind of business you have. This is your time to get free promotion. If you run a business, then I highly suggest that you check in with our newsletter. You get mindset, you get heart set, but then you get skill set. You get Hazik's technique of the week, and that's always helpful. People always go crazy over those, and while they go crazy over those, what I want to remind you to do is apply it. Don't get overwhelmed. Just pick one technique a week that you're going to utilize, and I guarantee you increase. So check it out right now. Hold up, let me get some water. Let's get it, baby.
You have something special.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning.
In you. Hello, this is Les Brown, and you're in the right place at the right time because we're going to bring the millionaire out of you. Just hold on.
That's right. Let's get it.
Thank you. Please announce yourself. All participants are muted. Entry and exit tones are off.
Yeah, man. Daryl, you been checking out the newsletter, man? Let them know if that newsletter is worth subscribing to. It's free, y'all. It's just something that we do for the entrepreneurs. It's just like our Facebook group, Entrepreneurishment. If you aren't a member of the Facebook group, I want to highly recommend that you do that as well. But it's all in the efforts of helping us to gain a little bit more confidence, y'all. This is a good time to like, comment, share, subscribe. Turn on your notifications. There's like a little button right up there in the corner where you can push those three dots and then turn on your notifications. And then Facebook will let you know whenever we're going live. I'm going to tell you one thing for sure, two things for certain. You're going to have to program your timeline. You are the programmer of your timeline. Sometimes people say, oh man, all this stuff on social media is crap. That ain't true. We're on social media right now, and I'm about to change somebody's life in the next couple minutes. But how much of this stuff do you pour into your brain? You got to remember, slow and steady. I got to be careful when I say that, because success loves speed is what you always hear, and what I believe. But also, I think it's about really consistent, pervasive, self-determined behavior. I think that it's about you deciding where you're going and then taking little baby steps every single day that's going to keep helping you get there. A lot of that, though, has to do with confidence. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Let them know where you're from. Rep your city. Rep your city. Let them know where you're from. And this morning, what we're going to talk about is a bunch of confidence hacks that any entrepreneur can use. Any entrepreneur can use the things that I'm about to show you. If you're ready to get started, give me a share real quick. Share this with an entrepreneur. Sharing is caring. We always say the universe gives to the givers, just like it takes from the takers. You know what I mean? So share this right now, and then we're going to get started. We're going to talk about confidence this morning. I'm going to give you some really quick, easy, simple hacks, some real easy techniques you can use to grow your confidence level. No matter what kind of entrepreneur you are, no matter what it is you do for the world, whatever it is you do for your community, whatever you're striving to do for your family, I'm going to give you some confidence hacks that are going to help you make more money. Yeah, Daryl, appreciate that, bro. Yeah, Ezra checking in. Good morning, Queen. Sade checking in. All right, we about to get this party started. Yeah, Tennessee, New York. We from all over the country. You gotta love it. All right. So the first one that I got for you this morning is always know that everybody is just as human as you are. Everybody's just as human as you are. Does that make sense? You might meet somebody you look up to, and you might always feel like they're much better than you. And you might feel discouraged a little bit when you start getting into this thing we teach called modeling. You know, where we teach you that what you're supposed to do is model the mentality, model the character, or model the habits of the person. If you model all three, you're going to get their results. Somebody type that in the comments. Mentality, character, and habit. Mentality, character, and habits. If you model the mentality, the character, and the habits of the person, then you're going to get their results. This is why you want to pick your mentors so carefully. Here's the thing. They bleed just like us, right? They put their pants on one leg at a time, just like we do. They are just as human as we are. Always remember, people ain't no different from you. They got doubt about themselves, right? And I'm going to tell you something. For sure, they felt some doubt when they were at the same point you're at in your career. So keep that in mind. Everybody is just as human as you are. If you're ready for the second one, give me a number 2 and a share. Yeah. Trina checking in. Naraya checking in. What's up? What's up, Naraya? Good morning. Good morning. My man Hakeem made it in. Let's get it. Write that down, y'all. Mentality, character, and habits. Mentality, character, and habits. That's important. Mentality, character, and habits. Yeah, Miss Garcia. Mentality, character, and habits. That's the first thing I want you to write down. Everybody's just as human as you are. Here's the second one. Here's the second confidence hack that any entrepreneur can use. And I kind of talked about this yesterday, right? When we were talking about these different ways to be a consultant, not just a salesperson. Remember at one point I talked about how to keep yourself buoyed up, you want to kind of count your blessings, not just your burdens. Well, what we're going to say this morning is monitor your achievements. That's another confidence hack for you. Somebody say monitor your achievements and then share this thing with your timeline. Push the share button. Say monitor your achievements and then share this in a Facebook group. Share this with a messenger group you got. Somebody say monitor your achievements. Sometimes life can hit kind of hard, man. Sometimes life can hit so hard it starts to ruin your self-confidence. You be in the middle of something and you be like, I don't even know if this is for me. Check this out. Does a baby fall down and then just decide walking ain't for me? You're not a bad person because you don't know what you're doing. You're just a little baby. You haven't learned how to walk yet. But let me tell you what a baby does. A baby looks around at the fact that all these other people are walking, right? And so therefore, walking must be possible. If everybody else around the baby was rolling around on a skateboard, then the baby would give up. If everybody else around the baby was crawling around on all fours, on all the floors, then the baby would give up. But what the baby does instead is look around for the evidence of what's possible. But here's what else you can do. Since you're not quite a baby, you can monitor the achievements you've already had. Get self-doubt out of your system by reminding yourself of the achievements you've had in the past. Maybe you're keeping a winning record inside your phone. Maybe you've got a little page in your notebook so you can easily remind yourself about the time you graduated high school and how it felt to be one of the first people in your neighborhood that graduated high school like I was. Or maybe you write down in there when you won this contest, or when you made your mom really proud of you, or when you made your family member feel some kind of way. Maybe it was an achievement for you to get that certification or to pass that test. Am I right? Maybe it was an achievement for you to win that award at work, or to beat everybody in your company that was all going for this certain contest, right? You got to jot this stuff down, because I guarantee you that you've had these experiences. I also guarantee you, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're like most of us, you're constantly your worst critic. You're constantly thinking about how you could have did this better, or how this could have gone in a much faster fashion, or how this right here could have gotten achieved with a little less sweat. But check it out. You can't build on nothing but success, man. You can't build on negativity. Somebody write that down in the comments. You can only build on success. You can only build on the firm foundation of success. And if you successfully got out the bed and made it, if you successfully hung up your clothes the night before when you were going that, and you told yourself you were going to start doing that, that's a success. If you successfully did those dishes once you got finished eating, you get what I'm saying? These are small, seemingly minuscule things. But I always look to the world of pro athletes to remember what peak performance specialists do, right? And one thing about a football player, it don't matter if they scored a touchdown that play or not. If they gained 1 yard, they rip their helmet off, they exclaim to the crowd, ah, right? They receive all the applause. Their teammates come over, pat them on the back, pat them on the helmet and all of that. And check it out. They celebrate that 1 yard gain. Why? Because they are a performance specialist. They're a professional athlete. Maybe that's something we can bring into our own world, right? Maybe we need to start celebrating even the small wins, because you can't build on anything but success. You can only build on success, Sade. You can only build on success, Daryl, right? You can only build on success. It's a fact. You can only build on success, Deborah, Trina. All right, here's the third one I got for you. Write this down and then give me a share. Write it down 3 times and make sure you got it. Practice, 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 and then give me a share. Somebody say practice, practice, practice. What do I mean by that? What do I mean by practice, practice, practice? Here's what I mean. You got to fail a lot quicker. You have to start seeking failure, right? You got to jump out here and make it happen. Check it out. Most people, they say to themselves, after I learn everything I'm supposed to do, then I'm going to get out here and do it. But that's not how it works. You're not going to learn everything until you do it and make some mistakes. I just now put it inside my my Instagram the other day. If you guys don't follow me on Instagram, it's Mr. Haziq Ali, right? Mr. Haziq Ali. It's right there. It's right there. Mr. Haziq Ali, right? I just now put this video from Will Smith in there the other day where he was talking about, even when you work out in the gym, what you're looking for is failure. You're looking to work out until your muscles fail. Does that make sense? Yeah, you can only build on success. It's so true. And what are you doing when you're working out? You're seeking failure. You're seeking failure. That's exactly right, Miss Oliver. Check it out. You're working out until the muscle gives away, because what's the muscle going to do? It's going to rebuild itself stronger. It's going to rebuild itself into something. Why the monks and all of that, they would have names like Iron Fist and Iron Finger. It's because every time you break a bone, it grows back 7-fold stronger. And so these guys will break the bones in their fist so many times that suddenly their fist would be like iron. You know what I mean? As cliche as it might sound, y'all, the best way to get rid of anxiety is to know you're prepared for the task ahead. And I just don't mean preparation physically. I don't mean preparation with your muscle memory. I mean prepared to fail, right? I mean prepared to fail. I mean prepared to get out there, take that loss, and then turn that loss into a lesson. I don't care if it's an exam. I don't care if it's a presentation. I don't care if it's some kind of sports tournament of some sort. You can easily gear up for that nerve-wracking event by being more confident through preparation. And you're prepared when you've gone out here and made mistakes, right? When you've gone out here and when nobody was looking, you were out here falling down, stumbling, getting up. You were in there sparring in the gym. You were role playing with your partner. You were role playing with your coach and letting your coach just tear that thing apart until you got better. What you want to do is get torn apart by your coach behind closed doors. That way, when it's time for you to perform, you look like a superstar. I'm going to say it again. Practice, practice, practice. Here's number 4. Get groomed, get fit. What I'm saying is look good. Here's one for you. Look good. This is number 4. Nobody talks about this. Look good. Where's my man, Michael Allison? My man, Michael Allison is a member of the Kaizen Academy. He's an Inner Circle member, and he has a whole business just for grooming, just for grooming. I don't know if Michael Allison is tuned in this morning, but y'all should check him out, fellas, because let's face it, our looks are what people notice about us first. They were just now interviewing Pharrell from the Neptunes, Like I don't know how many of y'all know Pharrell from the world of hip hop. He's like a producer. He was in a group called Nerd. Nobody Ever Really Dies. That's a whole training I could do just on the name of their group, right? But at any rate, Pharrell's like a vampire. The dude never ages. They were like, how do you do this? He's like, he washes his face with cold water every morning and he exfoliates like a madman. Now, those are usually things you hear about when you're talking to ladies, exfoliating and all of that. But fellas, we supposed to do it too. But here's what else you can do. You can be in the gym. You can be working out. You can do calisthenics. If you can't make it to the gym, right? You can do push-ups. You can do sit-ups. You can do things to work your body and stay fit, preserve your sexy. Also, you can dress better, right? Our looks are what people notice about us. And it's also what you first notice about other people too. Always look your best. Always be fit, right? Man, I remember I pulled up to the gas station, and this dude, he was walking up to me, and before he got to me, because I was in kind of like a weird neighborhood, I was like, "Hey, bro, I ain't got it. And then he got livid, you know what I mean? Because apparently he wasn't homeless, but I thought he was homeless, you know what I mean? And so he started, hey, man, you know what this just said to me? He talking about he ain't got it. Like, what he tries, and then it felt real. So I went in and got out of there. But anyway, what I'm saying is that my fault? He looked homeless, Other day, my homegirl was talking about like how she's in the store. This dude's in there counting out his change. He looks homeless. So she said, I'm going to pay for his groceries. Dude lets her pay for his groceries and stuff. And then after he leaves, the cashier tells her, yo, that's one of the richest dudes in this whole city. That dude owned this, he owned that. But he looked homeless. At any rate, I'm just saying that to say that like everybody don't need this right here because some people are already rich. But most of us are more like my buddy at the gas station who's like, you need to get yourself together, man, because success attracts success. And what we want to know is that you're winning. We don't want to feel like you're somebody who's going to need something from us because we'll give to kind of like help the karma and help humanity, et cetera, so forth. But when you're an entrepreneur, you need to already look like you've had some success. You need to already look like someone would trust. You get what I'm saying to you? So look good. Here's number 5. Give yourself enough allowance for mistakes. Yeah, don't judge me, y'all. Don't judge me. You know what I mean? Yeah, Aisha. All right, calm down, children. All right, check it out. Give yourself enough allowance for mistakes. That's number 5. I talked about this a little bit, but it's very important you realize all of civilization has gotten to this point through the use of one tool, and that's the mistake. It's real easy to end up being your own worst critic, y'all. And you give allowances for mistakes to the people around you, but you might be a little bit too hard on yourself, right? Get rid of all this self-deprecation. That's good when you're cracking jokes with your friends and you're cracking jokes with your coworkers, maybe even your staff. People like it when you're self-deprecating, but you can't mean it, man. You can't really be down on yourself all the time. And a lot of times when you're too hard on yourself, when you're talking to yourself all crazy, you're forgetting that if you talk to your friends like that, you wouldn't have no friends. What you're doing is ruining your own confidence because a lot of times, y'all, the most positive things you're going to hear all day are the things you tell yourself. That's why we're so serious about these affirmations we say every morning that some of y'all don't even tune into. Y'all come and get the game and then y'all get on about your day. But the reason we try to end these joints in 15 minutes is so we can spend 10 minutes on that self-work. I would do it with or without anybody else. As a matter of fact, that's what I've been doing for years. As a matter of fact, that's how I transformed the whole trajectory of my life. I'm gonna post something later today in my stories where you got Glorilla working in a drive-through. At some point, I'm gonna post this other video I just now found of Wallow from $1 Million Worth of Game. He was fresh out of prison, a couple days out of prison. He shows the video. Hey, I got $1,000. I'm gonna turn this 1,000 into 100,000. Then I'm gonna turn the 100,000 into 1 million. Then I'm gonna turn that million into 100 million. And y'all gonna watch. Remember my words. Do you know a couple weeks ago, this fool signed $100 million deal for his podcast? Affirmations work, y'all. Affirmations work, but you better learn to say nice things to yourself. You hear what I'm saying? Even if you don't want to tune in with us in the mornings and do affirmations with us, even though you're allowed to, you are allowed. It's free. All you do is call 667-776-WIN1, right? 9461. If your number tries to call you, then text message the number and it'll call you right back. We've removed all excuses. Come get into the habit of saying affirmations with a bunch of your family. You know what I mean? We got your back, baby. You in a safe space with us. But what you don't do is get off a call like this and then get right into the news or get right into the gossip section of your morning radio show. Or just get into listening to some music that's going to distract you, tell you about a bunch of nonsense, train your brain. Don't forget, what entertains you trains you. You better say some good things to yourself. Here's number 6. Don't get stuck in planning, take action. Yeah, I was just talking about Affirmation Nation, but sometimes we joke and say we need to start calling it the Application Nation. Some of y'all get the newsletter every Friday and you read it. We see the numbers just skyrocketing. Y'all are really taking the newsletter serious, and I love it. But when you see how Zeke's technique of the week, what I'm impressing upon you is take action. Don't just read it and be like, man, that'd be cool. Gather your team, gather your sales staff, gather your organization, gather your company, and say, this is the technique we're going to try this next week. I'm giving a restaurant card to whoever does it and gets the best results. Or I'm giving some kind of gift card to the one that tries it the most. I'm giving some kind of gas card to whoever can get out there and make the most mistakes. One of my mentors from afar talks about how her father, would gather around a table and say, what mistakes did you make today? And if they didn't have none, then that was a problem. You know what I mean? You're not trying enough new stuff. Check it out. Don't get stuck in planning. Take action. You see how that's looping together a lot of the concepts we talked about this morning? Planning is crucial. You always hear me say from John Wooden, the will to win is really the will to prepare. Planning is crucial, but at some point you got to execute, baby. The longer these plans stay only in your head, the more chances that self-doubt is going to kick in before you even start. And a lot of times what you do is you talk to everybody about your plans. You know why that's dangerous? Because you're giving yourself dopamine just from talking about it. And now half the time you feel like there's no need to even do it because I already gave myself the good feeling from talking about it. Millionaires, don't get stuck in planning. Take action. Bust a move. Don't overthink it. Bust a move. Take some, how Nike say it, just do it, right? More times you do something, the more confidence you're going to get. Does that make sense? Somebody say, take action and give me a share. Take action and give me a share. Take action. Let's go. Let's go. Take action and then give me a share. That's exactly right, Dr. Monet. Whatever entertains you, trains you. Here's number 7 I got for you, which is another reason you want to watch whatever is entertaining you. You want to watch, you want to pay attention to whatever's entertaining you. You want to do things like get our Entrepreneur Mindset newsletter. Dr. Monet, do you get that newsletter every week? Check it out. It'll probably be your favorite email all week, every single week. Millionaires, check this out. Believe in yourself is number 7. Why do we pump all this stuff into your brain about mindset and the 6 faculties of the mind, which are will, intuition, perception, reason, imagination, and memory? Why do we spend so much? Because it's the same reason written above that pyramid. It says, know thyself. When you're walking in a doorway at the Great Pyramid of Giza, the one that's on the back of the dollar bill, right? It says, know thyself. Know thyself is the beginning of all knowledge. Why? Because once you know yourself, once you know your potential, once you know the power you got inside you, you can start to believe in yourself. And it's real easy to say, but most people have a hard time reaching success because deep down inside, they ain't sure if their dreams can become a reality. They haven't studied enough people that came from the same humble beginnings they came from. They haven't watched enough of the podcasts. They haven't studied enough of the books that will explain to them enough so that they recognize this part of the story when they're living it. They don't understand yet that this is what everybody great went through. They don't understand yet that greatness happens because of adversity, not in spite of adversity. Nobody gives this person a title of great because they inherited their money. Nobody gives this person a title of great because they had such an easy road. The reason you call somebody great is because of the fact that they believed in themselves against all odds. Don't you know that you can only see like 1% of the available data around you? I'm talking about you can't see ultraviolet rays, you can't see radio waves, you can't see gamma rays, you can't see the ozone layer. What I'm saying to you is you can barely see anything. The invisible is always more powerful than the visible. And if you don't believe in your dreams, it's going to be way too easy for other people to talk you out of it. Not because they don't like you, not because they don't love you, but because they don't believe in themselves. So now it becomes this self-replicating curse. This is what we mean by generational curses. You know, when you hear, I always talk about that Finding Nemo movie and how Nemo's dad is just trying to keep him in the fishbowl. Or, but there's story after story like that, where it's the family, it's the friends that try to talk down on your dreams. They want to save you from disappointment. And they don't realize that what they're doing is helping you create a philosophy of mediocrity. We against that around here. Yeah, let them know. That newsletter is going to be your favorite email every week. So make sure you join it. Make sure you go down there to millionaireminded.com, put your name and your email in the box. It'll talk to you about the gift you're going to get and all of that. But the most important part is you're joining the newsletter. Here's the last thing I got for you, y'all. Take risks and do it one step at a time. That's a confidence building hack. Take risks and do it one step at a time. Sometimes your own dreams can scare you, y'all. You get to looking up at the top of that pyramid and you be like, is this even possible? Well, here's the trick. You got to break down that journey of 1,000 miles into the next step. That's why that 90-day planner that we talk about all the time is so important, because it's forcing you to take your goals for the year and break it down into 90 days. Take your goals for 90 days and break it down into the next 30 days. Take your goals for the next month and break it down into the next week. Take your goals for the next week and break it down into the 5 things that you need to do today. Your whole life is going to change. Millionaires, I hope this was helpful for you. I hope you got something cool out of this. It's affirmation time. Come on and join us, man. Come on and join us. 667-776-9461. Yeah, it's going to feel weird at first, but you're going to be all right, because if you want something different out, you got to put something different in. Does that make sense to somebody out there? Repeat after me. Say it like you mean it. I am so happy and grateful that money comes to me easily. And